Hello, everybody.
Howdy.
It's been a while since we did one together.
The Terrible Two.
Yeah. We had to make time. We actually had to set a date when we both had time to sit down and do this together.
Ain't that the truth?
But it's a snowy day, so he's not outside, doing his usual thing. So it's like, okay, let's get this done.
So, it's our blessing to you, friends. Or maybe it's a curse when Watchtower sees this.
Yes. So thank you everyone for your cards and your love and your kind words of support. We appreciate it very much. It's always encouraging to get that information, get emails, and know that you're enjoying our videos. And that's what's most important, is we do these to try to help those that are waking up at all levels of waking up.
Yeah.
Wink, wink.
Yes. And, just like Watchtower, a lot of times the reason why people react the way they do is because they don't like the fact that light bearers are making people see themselves in a mirror.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
They don't like it when light bearers point out the obvious.
Yeah. But it's interesting because other light workers, just hearing a few words and we recognize one another.
Yeah.
Monica, our friend Monica, and she had posted a video to an ex-Methodist man, and it was called Yahweh and the Ancient Dragon. And if I can find it again, I'll put the link down below, because it was very interesting to hear what he was saying. And he's an ex-Methodist. He has nothing to do, with the XJW community. But what he was saying is some of the things that a lot of us have been saying and thinking and researching and believing.
Yeah, because I think come December it'll be 5 years when I did my video, Who is Jehovah? That I should obey his voice.
Yeah, and I mean, my goodness.
Like I said, I talked a little bit about in my previous video about the collective consciousness.
Exactly.
It's happening, friends.
Yes.
It's really, really happening. And the only thing that I can try to explain and how this is happening so fast is because of YouTube. Because the voices cannot be shut down when they're in front of the door instead of being relegated to the shut door, in an empty room.
Yeah, exactly. Now, on with the information we have in this video. A couple of interesting things that have come up the past couple of days. So, someone had sent me an email and said, did you know the May broadcast from 2015 is missing? And I'm like, no, I did not know that. And I just want to say, thank the divine source, the universe, that Atlantis and I have been collecting everything Watchtower in Beastzilla, because we have that episode. So Watchtower's trying to hide their history. They can't. They can't, because all of us light workers are collecting this stuff, and we're going to bring it out.
Well, it's interesting, Kim, because it's not just a matter of Watchtower trying to erase their history. They've been trying to change history. Like, when you go to the Insight book on the Nebuchadnezzar, Jane Doe's been talking about Watchtower adding 20 years to all the reigns of the kings. She talked about on doing her research. She went to Wikipedia. Josiah, Watchtower added 20 years to his reign. Well, Jane Doe, there's no excuse for Watchtower, because this fine tool was published in the early 60s, and even when these people put together these encyclopedias, they already knew.
Yeah.
When when Josiah reigned. So there's no excuse for Watchtower to have added 20 years. And here's the whole thing, friends. You all know it's failed because the generation in 1914 is dead and gone. And there ain't it doesn't matter how many more years you add to the reigns of these kings. It's never going to be the overlapping generation.
Well, what's interesting about the Insight book, if you look up Nebuchadnezzar and his dad and their reign, Watchtower is off. But they have to do that to push the 607 because, see, Nebuchadnezzar's dad, King...
I forget his name right now.
Nebuchadnezzar or whatever it was. I forget at this moment. But they have to change it because the king, his dad, the king, died right about 604, 605, thereabouts. And so Nebuchadnezzar became king. So they have to change all of that because it messes with the 607.
Right. So it's not just a matter of trying to erase past history. They were trying to change past history so that their theological nonsense about, Jesus taking the throne in 1914 and kicking Satan out of heaven would all fit their theological path that they were on. Well, guess what? Watchtower, it doesn't matter because you added dates to make it fit your theology, and now we're going to show why you had to get rid of the May broadcast, because wasn't it Charles Taze Russell that said, if we have to beg for money, we'll take that as a sign from God that our job is done.
Yeah. Now, you were watching a video from Ryan Cultastic.
Once again, yeah.
Love her videos, very good. But she did one where she had a clip of Aunt Mo, and it's funny because she lifts the toilet lid and there's Aunt Mo giving us clips. And so I went and I found the JW broadcast. It's from September 2021. So thank you, Ryan, because that inspired this video. Because I'm like, wait a minute, what about Let?
Right.
And what he said during the May 2015. So then again, I went to jw.org, and guess what? It's missing. And I took a screenshot, and I want you to see that it goes from April 2015 to June 2015. So the May 2015 is missing.
See, now, is that because you and I have mocked the living bejesus out of that particular... You know, guys, we don't need your donations sometime in the future. We need them right now.
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
What we're going to do is we're going to play a couple of clips just to kind of compare things.
We're going to talk about money. Now, the fact is we never beg for money. But that's not to say we can't talk about money in Jehovah's organization, the earthly part. So it is long-standing. There is a balance here. Going back to the Watchtower, a very long time ago, we have never considered it proper to solicit money for the Lord's cause after the common custom, referring to Christendom. It is our judgment that money raised by the various begging devices in the name of our Lord is offensive, unacceptable to him. It does not bring his blessing either upon the givers of the work accomplished or the work accomplished. So we do not need to be coerced into giving. We gladly use our money to support kingdom activities.
The governing body very much feels the urgency of accomplishing as much as we possibly can in behalf of kingdom interest, knowing that the great day of Jehovah is near. So in an effort to keep you informed of the support that is needed for this great work, I have the following information to share. We have looked forward to this next fiscal year and projected the expenditures for all of the theocratic initiatives we are scheduling. In doing the math, we found that the amount of money flowing out will be much greater than the amount of money that we have coming in at this time.
But keep in mind, sometimes if you are poor, remember the widow. So she didn't come there to the temple empty-handed. She didn't have much, but Jehovah loved her. Jesus loved her for giving what she had. So even when we're poor, we're expected to give monetarily.
No, the financial circumstance has nothing to do with a lack of spirituality or appreciation. However, there are some facts that we want to make you aware of. For one thing, the financial needs in the field have accelerated at a pace unlike any time in the recent past. A recent analysis of the need for kingdom halls here in the United States showed that some 1,600 new kingdom halls or major renovations are needed, not sometime in the future, but right now.
So while we discuss money, we never come across like we're putting people and trying to get them to even grudgingly give just so we get the money. That's not this organization. Of course, Christendom, they are experts at begging for money.
But in the next 2 years, however, upwards, now think about this, 170 of such facilities, RTOs, are needed. Depending on the country and the cost of materials, an RTO can cost from about $1 million to several $1 million each. Hence, we have another reason we need to increase our finances. We just felt that you, dear brothers and sisters, needed to be made aware of these expenditures that we're facing in the coming months and years.
So we love Jehovah. We want to be the kind of person that he loves. And you notice that beautiful expression, God loves a cheerful giver. One translation put it nicely, God loves people who love to give. And that's true. So we want Jehovah to love us. So this money we might have, whatever amounts, depending on our own personal circumstances, we're happy to give to kingdom interests. Trying to get them to even grudgingly give just so we get the money.
That's not this organization. Of course, Christendom, they are experts at begging for money.
As opposed to some that were poor, you still had issues back at that time, even though it was Jehovah's nation. But he said none should appear empty-handed. So that takes in all of us, whatever our circumstances are, whether at Bethel or in the field. Jehovah doesn't approve coming empty-handed.
Okay? So begging for money is abhorrent. You know, it's bad. And then in the other clip, he's talking about all of Jehovah's people have to donate financially, materially, you know, however he worded it.
Your vital energies.
No matter how poor you are, you still have to donate. See, they don't care about people. They don't care about people having a rough time. You know, they don't care that these pioneers and special pioneers and missionaries have to be supported by other family members. They don't care as long as they get the green.
You know, I love it when you play my favorite little clown, but correct me if I'm wrong, because I only caught a glimpse, but it looks like Lex really gotten fat.
Well, I've seen pictures from the recent governing body update, and he's gained a lot of weight, and he doesn't look good.
Hey,
he doesn't really look good.
Hey, maybe you should use some of that money and get some exercise, or at the very least, go to a fat farm.
Well, they've got a gym there at Warwick.
Well,
use it.
Use it. Yeah, use it.
Sitting at your desk and computer all the time is not healthy. Sitting there drinking in your recliner is not healthy. I learned that the hard way.
Yeah.
Sitting at the computer 8, 9, 10 hours a day eating pizza and fast food is not good. It hurts your health. You gain weight and your blood pressure goes up and your glucose goes up and your AC1, whatever, those numbers are, go up. So make use of the gym, get some exercise. Aunt Mo, oh my God, he's not even going to be able to wear a suit here pretty soon. He's going to have to switch over to a tent.
Well, the thing is they're going to have to get a chariot to get his soul to heaven.
And I don't want to be mean, but it is a sad reality. Going through that myself. Sitting at the computer, at the desk all day, not getting exercise is not healthy for our physical bodies. We need to get out, move around.
Get in the sun.
Get in the sun, get some vitamin D, get some fresh air. And you know what? Since I've been doing that the past 6 months, I feel great. I'm losing weight. All my, labs and blood sugar and all of that is down. Blood pressure is down. And I feel great. I feel a lot better. So I am not going to go back to that old lifestyle because it's not healthy. So, as a courtesy, you governing body need to get out and get some exercise, get some sun. Instead of sitting there making up this crap, and lying to people on these videos, sitting, at the JW broadcast desk 24/7. Get out and get some exercise.
And instead of sitting around thinking, how can we change history to make the overlapping generation work? Come on, it's done, it's over with. It's already failed, past tense.
Yeah, but, in all seriousness, well, actually, no, because more mockers.
That's right.
More mockers. But, why would they get rid of an entire episode of their JW broadcast? Is it because all of us ex-members were making so many videos about that video of asking for money, and they don't want Jehovah's Witnesses to see that May 2015 broadcast because they were begging for money.
That's right. Absolutely begging for it.
And even in the next month, I believe, they were talking about how thankful they were that the Jehovah's Witnesses stepped up and was given donations. And it's like, really? They were begging for money. So they had to get rid of that May 2015 broadcast. And like I said, thank the universe and the divine source that Atlantis and I grab every single one of these. We grab everything. Mm-hmm. And we're very thankful because now we have these broadcasts. So if they decide to take another one down and then hope it just goes away and their history goes away, guess what? It's never going away.
It can't go away.
The universe has a way of collecting everything, and it will come back and bite you on the backside.
Well, I can just imagine what's going to happen. By the time we actually get this all edited together, get it loaded up on YouTube, we should really time to make this live on Monday morning so that when Let and Morris go to their world headquarters, they're going to say, oh, what new hell do we have to endure from Kim Mikey now?
I almost feel sorry for those in the cyber department who have to watch all of these apostate videos.
Yeah.
Because I would imagine it plants doubts in their minds and wakes them up. But there's nothing they can do about it. And that's why, I love the Pimos so much.
Prison.
Because they're our heroes. They are the ones that have to stay in and suffer through all of this nonsense.
Yeah.
Really, Aunt Mo? This is why it's so hard for me to listen to this stuff anymore, day in, day out. Not only I can't, I would rather be out, taking my doggies for a walk. But how can anyone believe this nonsense anymore? And that's what it is. It's like, it doesn't even make sense anymore. Out one side of your mouth you're saying one thing, and then out the other side of your mouth you're saying something else.
I know. I mean,
Governing body speaketh with forked tongue.
you don't have to tell me anything because you're preaching to the choir now. Right, Jane Doe? You and I do it every morning. We're just preaching at the choir.
Yep, exactly.
Well, you know, the thing is thanks to dear XJW in California calling me the other day, I took it upon myself to reread the book Hush Money and Watchtower's 501c3. In fact, all of Christianity's 501c3. Because what they don't recognize is that they gave up their right to call themselves a free church of Christ. They lose any type of benefit they may have, I don't know, in a court of law. We don't have a clergy. Oh, but by now we do have a clergy. Because see, that's what that 501c3 does. It has captured them as a state entity. They don't have a choice, people. They just don't have a choice because they are not a free church.
So thank you so much, everybody, for watching and subscribing. We really appreciate it. And I mean, it's just amazing, and all the great comments and, emails. And I've been getting a lot of emails wanting the Elder's Manual. And it's Kimmy M. Brooks, KIMMY. MBROOKS at gmail.com. So far I only have the English and German editions, and if any of you PMOs have any other languages, please send it to me and I will help get it out to everybody. But it's amazing. I've been hearing from all over the world. I was telling Mike, PMOs from Peru and France and Somalia, and just everywhere asking for that Elder's Manual. And so this is amazing. And Mike was kind enough to do a toot Kim's horn, toot our own horn on me, and I just want to say that was a privilege, being able to get better scans for Ray's book.
Yeah, I said pictures. I should have said scans.
Yeah, because I hold that dear to my heart that I was able to help Ray from up above.
Hey, I think you cemented your legacy more so than Lloyd Evans did. The legacy I'm going to leave behind. No, the legacy's right here, friends.
Yeah. That was a privilege that I will remember the rest of my life. So I want to give a little bit of a horn tootin' for Mike here. I can't go into too many details, but there is a CSA case going on in Florida, and we don't have any documents or any other information on it, but thankfully someone involved with the case has let the attorney know, and he has called us and emailed us asking for information, and we've actually been helping him for over a year now. And he called again yesterday asking Mike for some information, and Alice spends, a lot of time with him, and we are doing our best to try to get him the information he needs to get this case going. Unfortunately, Watchtower shut down the Kingdom Hall, and it's hard to find any information or any elders that was even in that Kingdom Hall. So, that's the difficult part. But it just goes to show that, Watchtower does try to hide it, because all they have to do is shut down the Kingdom Hall, sell the building, take all of those records and move them somewhere else, move all the elders somewhere else, and then these lawyers and courts just can't find anybody that was even affiliated with these cases.
Right.
And so just want to let you all know some things that are going on behind the scenes. And, we just don't talk about it much because we don't like to toot our own horn, like some people. But just know that we do work behind the scenes. You know, we don't just sit here mocking. We're actually working behind the scenes. We do actually have the serious side sometimes.
Yeah.
Especially when it's a phone call from a lawyer.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Fortunately, I wasn't out at my gun range recording myself shooting at that point. I did have some time.
Yeah. Well, I was actually in here and could have answered the phone because I was sitting
Yeah,
doing
but
my...
you do that enough during
Prestige.
other time, too, so...
Yeah, I do talk to a lot on the phone also, and that's what's great is having one-on-one with so many and being able to help with those who are going through difficult times, especially, you know, when you wake up because your whole foundation is pulled out from under you, and it's very traumatic. It's very traumatic. And I'm just going to mention to those of you that know and who are light workers, there's a lot going on right now as far as a higher frequency and energy blast that are coming to the earth, and it's causing some problems. But breathe, don't worry, you're not alone. You're not going crazy. This is happening. You just have to go to the Schumann resonance 24/7 live feed, and you can see those spikes in the electromagnetic. I mean, there is something going on, and the solar flares, phew, they've been going up into the red. You know, the graph is up into the red. So, you know, there's a lot of things that it's affecting people with. And most is making a lot really cranky.
I've been cranky all along. You know, just go ask a certain few people. You're so angry.
Not angry, just passionate, and just wants everybody to understand and get it, and just some don't.
Yeah,
Some
some don't. But they're getting there. All you gotta do is just go on YouTube and type in, you know, who is Yahweh in the Bible, Yahweh the original serpent, all it's all right there. You just have to learn to read it outside of your religious construct.
Yeah. So
It's, you know, just like the two false prophecies in Jeremiah and Ezekiel, you just have to read it and say, wait a tick. If God said to Nebuchadnezzar, you know, the family line who Watchtower has changed by 20 years. Because you didn't do this, but wait a minute, Jehovah, Yahweh, you're the one that uttered the prophecy. You're the one that said, I will give you Tyre. That was Nebuchadnezzar's payment for punishing Israel. But that didn't happen. Twice it failed.
So I'm going to put the link down below to Jane Doe's video that she did about the 20 years how Watchtower has conveniently been trying to change timelines. You can't do that. Well, you can try,
but look at what happened. Look
you get found out.
You get found out. Now you have to have the overlapping generation to help cover for your absolute blunder in trying to change history.
Yeah, exactly. So, you know, and the thing is we know this channel isn't for everybody, but it's for those that, you know, just see some things and do research and basically saying what is up with the past history, not only with Watchtower, but all religions.
All religions.
And our secular history.
Yes.
We know it has been destroyed. We know they have edited and redacted it, and they've done their best to try to destroy some of these ancient ruins and ancient art, you know, out of place artifacts. We know they have tried to get rid of all of that because they don't want us to find out the truth. And we know that. We know that. Many of us know that. And so this channel is just basically to say, you know what? You're not crazy. There's just a lot going on, a lot to deal with, and let's just try to support one another. Let's just try to support one another without the attacks and hate, you know.
But unfortunately,
sometimes, you know, I watched a video yesterday and it was talking about, yeah, it's all fine and dandy to have love and light. In fact, it was K.M. Marie.
K.M. Marie,
Let's
yes.
give a shout out to
Yes,
K.M. Marie.
thank you.
Because that video was so good. And my goodness, yeah, it's all fine to be love and light, but there's times...
And have empathy.
And, yeah, have love and empathy, but there's times where even inside your own physical body, those white cells have to attack a virus.
That's right.
Not that I'm calling anybody a virus. I'm just using that as an example. But even something positive, sometimes you just have to defend yourself.
Right. And or absolutely call out the nonsense. I liked the guy that K.M. Marie had mirrored the video within her video. And he actually made a good, valid point. You may have a very, very good friend who's right 90% of the time. But when he's wrong, that 10%, you need to correct that.
Yeah.
Even though your friend may not like it and it's going to make you uncomfortable, if you're truly a light worker and you know that your friend is wrong, well, wait a minute, doesn't the Bible say those that you have spiritual qualifications, correct a man before he makes a false step? It's the same principle.
Yeah,
See?
but unfortunately they don't like that. And I
Right.
have a good example. You know, a good friend of mine told me, she said, if I ever want to get involved with another man and get married, stop me. Make me promise that you will stop me. And I said, okay, I promise. You know, I love you and I will stop you. And I, you know, told her, there's nothing wrong with having relationships. You just don't have to get married for the 8th time. And so when she met number 8, yeah, 7 times. And then when she met number 8, called me all happy, and I said, do you remember what you told me last year about stopping you and telling you not to do this? I said, you do not have to go through the ceremony and get a piece of paper to be with somebody. That's only to form corporations.
That's all
a
it
merging
is.
of a corporation.
It's a merging of
I
corporations.
said, just say your vows, you know, to each other, or, you know, in front of the universe. They're both Christians, so I said, you know, just say your vows before God. Oh my God, I got blasted. Some of the most vile, abusive things were said to me just because I got accused of being jealous of her. Jealous of what? That you're marrying for the 8th time? I mean, you made me promise. I took that vow seriously, and you felt one way a year later. But instead of being nice and saying, well, I appreciate it, you know, but I don't feel that way anymore. Oh, no, 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 no. But see, and that's what we realize, is that when you are speaking truth and taking your vows and promises seriously, there's going to be those that don't like it.
Right.
And some recently have tried to chase us away. Guess what? You're not chasing us away. Yeah, we may take a break once in a while. It was nice having, what, a 3 to 4 week break in October? It was nice.
Well, see, I bought out the opportune time and did a bunch of videos on my other channel.
Yeah, exactly. And we were able to do things. And it was great taking the time off. But now we know we've got to get back to work. Because this is what we do. This is what we do. So no matter what, you're not going to chase us away. So, like Mike said, just go away.
Go away.
I love you, but go away.
Go away.
Yeah.
Go back into that little dark hole, that little dark pit. Remember, even Jesus said the blind will lead the blind to where? Right in a pit. And when somebody is there to help you come out of that dark pit, are you going to gravitate to a hand that's full of light?
Well, I was just going to say, when you're ready, we'll be here. We'll be here. just contact us. We will help you. Because that's what we do. We love you and we will be here. But until then, it's going to be difficult. It's going to be rough. Not for us,
Not
because
for us. That's right.
for you.
That's right.
Unfortunately for you. Yeah. So anyway, that's enough. I think monologuing. So hope you all have a wonderful weekend. And we're going to take the weekend off pretty much. And spend time with our kids. Get together with friends and family. And, make as many new friends as you can. And let's all help one another. Let's all help one another. And I had an email of someone, who is starting I think it was a website. And they're going to be trying to help as many as they can. And that's good, because so many good light workers who started websites with resources and links of trying to help, like CSA survivors and all of that, they've gotten attacked and shut down. And that's sad. That's sad. And so I've really been trying to encourage this person to, yes, grow a very thick skin and get this done, because this is what this community needs, is they need some of these support websites and groups with resources to be able to help. So anyway, enough said about that, and we will keep everybody up to date on that. So you all have a wonderful weekend, and we love you.
Adios for now.
Bye.